right, all right. All right, all right, all right. It's your boy, Zakaria. Back at you again. That's right. Got a part two for you. UFOs are real. Now, I'm here to help you understand how they work. A lot of us get kind of confused when it comes down to these UFOs. We just don't understand how they work. You know what I mean? Because you got so many different videos out here, man. There's so many different pictures, so many different opinions of them. You can't fully put it together. So I'm creating my way to help you understand how they work, why do they exist in the universe at all, how do they came about, etc. And I hope you get a clearer understanding through my theory, my experiences, my blessings from the Most High God to give me these signs and wonders to share with you. All right, so I got this now. I'm gonna put it together for you. Take what I got to show you. Your research that you pretty much ever had in your life, as far as watching UFO documentaries, videos, movies, anything you ever saw in your life. And if you were the type of person that ever read read anything from tabloids or anywhere you got any information about UFOs, I'm going to put this together to try to help sharpen your sword and your beliefs in them so you can understand how they work. You can also do some further research. I'm gonna throw you some scriptures. I got a couple of books you can read to help you figure things out and help you understand how the Bible talks about UFOs. We use different words and terms to identify what UFOs really are. The Bible used ancient terms. So you got to put it together and research those words the Bible talking about so you can understand that UFOs work. So here's a picture from my backyard. Okay. I know what it is. So, what God gave me was a couple of signs and wonders. He gave me the intelligence to try to put this together for the open eyes, for the people who want to get this in and learn it. And if you stuck, with that old school belief in nothing, yeah, a lot of us don't believe in anything. We don't believe in the God because we're so spoiled. We so soft, and we don't believe in God because we was put into captivity. Oh, because we get our head cracked. There can't be a such thing of God. God wouldn't let this happen to me. Well, why do you think God put them in a higher place than you? They believe in God. Why they believe in God? Because they were spoiled. Well, meaning spoiled by God. God gave them your land, your power. So they believe in it's a God, but they create their own God. Whoever it is, whatever nation ever put themselves above you, exalted themselves over you and hurt you, it was because you are the chosen one that was put in captivity. Now you don't believe in your own God, and they believe in a God. You see that? That's how it worked. God put us in captivity for a reason. He punished the kids for what the fathers do. That's what the scripture says. So now you stuck not believing in anything. You got it all wrapped up tight. You think you know it all, huh? Yeah. Let me show you something first before you get killed, bro. Now I'm going to press play on this little video I created from this area here was in my backyard, okay? I had my sons out there with me. We watching this thing with the naked eye. I'm trying to give it to you the best I can with these phones. Oh man, I got a few of these videos that I screenshotted for you and cleaned up and prepared all for you. Because you just don't believe, you don't get it. You see the energy in here? Look at that. That's energy inside of it. You see it? Yeah, this thing is real. And it was there. I made a short video. I could have made a longer video, but what difference does it make for you? I'm just giving you something really quick. That was my bushes, my neighbor house. And here it is. Right where we can see it, just hovering. And I hope you know there's extraterrestrials in these beings, and they don't look like what you've been told. These, my friends, are the ancients. It's people in these UFOs. God don't call them UFOs. These are his chariots. All All right, go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. You got two separate entities, us and God's chosen angels. So human, which is a modern day word for human, God created us, and he also created his special angels to do a special job. Now you see those huge wings? I'm going to show you better than I can tell you what this is. Okay, you see the huge wings? Yep, it's people in there. They doing their thing, and I'm going to show you. Now you notice this part is a little darker than the other clouds because this is a physical. It's hiding in the clouds. All right, so there's that. Now let's continue. Let's move forward. Let's get this party started. Right? That's right. Now let's continue. I got another layout for you. All right. Now this is what I got for you. Look at that. So got this all colored pretty for you. I'm gonna play this video. Now look at that. It's a highly, highly edited color. You see it's there. Now you see the wings? You see the windows? This thing got windows in it, man. Look at that. It's waiting for the day. I'm telling you, they are going to scoop up their chosen. It was a quick video, but look, I'll play it again for you. I'll play it again for you. Pay attention. Voila. Got another one. Well, I'm going to change the color. I'm going to show you how this thing got so much energy. All right, now you see this one here. This is the much darker one. Look, same thing, same video. Look, you got to use these highlights because they hide in the cloud. That's what God does. He hides in the clouds. It's not made for you to just see how you want to see it. It's only for his chosen to see. We get these images and these signs and wonders to teach you so you can believe us. This is why he gave it to woke, chosen people that you can't discredit. Oh, he's a drunk. Oh, he's stupid. Oh, he's this, he's that. The same Christianity method is used to discredit chosen people in all things. That same method is being used every day. They don't know any other way. It's a system in place to discredit who you are so they won't believe you, whoever it may be. Listen, people are in denial. They're acting like nothing exists. They only want to reign over you through their own power with a system that's made against you. So if they can discredit who you are as an intelligent person, then they don't have to believe your signs and wonders. But you got a guy like me with it now. Let's play ball. Let's play ball. All right, look. Exodus 13:21 through 22. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud. See? By day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. See, God always come back to save his people. As soon as you wake up, start following the laws, statutes, and commandments and his charge, he will send his angels to protect you. He was always with you. He just wanted you to wake up and get out of this evil system that want to discredit all of God's people. Look, God's about to do something very, very major, and if you're not part of it, you're going to get left behind. Let me play this video so we can move forward. If you ever seen a cloud like that before, you're lying. And if you have seen it, well, you've seen a UFO, a chariot. All right. Now there you go. All right. So now let me show you a little something. Now I got these pictures all laid out for you. Look at that. Do you see the wings? You have to see the wings of it. This is an old Aztec spirit. These things been here, and they exist. They exist. Later on, I'm gonna show you how they exist, and the ancients always talked about these things. You see these windows? You see that? Those are windows. All about this thing. There you go. Yep, and I saw it with my naked eye. And I did something very beautiful for you to see. Now you see how I got my different colors? I showed you already. Just stay tuned. Look at that. Those are windows, my friend. Windows. Windows, 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 windows. You know how a window look, right? Okay, so you can't discredit a window. There you go. All right, there we go. Look at that. You see it? You see that? See that at the bottom? This is where you zip you in at. All right? Now, if you read the scriptures properly, you'll understand that Christ was lifted up. How? Body and soul. No one found his body. They moved that giant rock, right? And he wasn't in a tomb. Where was he? Remember, he was lifted up in light. So even Christ was lifted up with this very same chariot. The chosen get lifted up. You see? This is what people see. It's the bottom of that little hole here. Yeah. They coming to get us. He's watching me every day. See this here? This here and this is going to zap you right up in there. See that? Right there. It's just going to take you somewhere peaceful. Somewhere where there's love at. Not where you got 10 people being shot down. You know, it's the devil is here intentionally and destroying you. That's his job. If you're part of the devil, you better repent. Where you can go to that land and serve God's people how it's supposed to be. Everything is going to get put in the proper order. If I were you, if I was another nation, I would follow God's laws so I can go to that nation and live with people that's peaceful. Peaceful. Don't follow evil. Listen, I guarantee you, if you was of another nation and you worked around black people or minorities, you will see that these minorities will protect you. They won't let their people harm you. They include you in conversations because it's love. It's love deeply in our heart. Even though our people have been destroyed for many years, you still get treated equal. Only because you're not evil. You see what I'm saying? If you're not evil, if you're not another nation who's acting evil, you can mingle with us. And that's how God is. He'll let you mingle. But you have to respect order. Just like we have to respect order. All right, there you go. So there's a UFO. Here it is. I know this may blow your mind. You're probably like, oh my God, why is this guy? This stuff is really real. I know it's blowing your mind, man. Okay? But you got to understand, man, it's time. This wicked, wicked place needs to stop. Okay, you see it here. See the energy, the lights all around the bottom of it. See the hole? That's made to zap you up right here. That's what that does. Takes you in a chariot and sends you to another universe. All right, let's just keep going. Now you see it? See how it's shaped? That was my backyard. I'm just letting you know that. You can't deny it. I mean, you can try to deny it all you want. You know, there's one thing about Christianity. These Christians, these people, the first thing you do is always trying to discredit something. It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, sometimes you just got questions, right? But when you have something like this right in front of your face and you get to the point where you just want to discredit something like this, and the way I'm showing you, you need death. I'm sorry. I mean, how far can we go? My point, listen, I got many ways of teaching the Bible. I'm teaching you this way so you can see and understand physically that something exists and it matches scripture. So when you see this, take your ass in the Bible and read scriptures. You hard-headed asshole. Stop playing around with God. Wake up. He exists. Stop allowing people of another nation to make you think God don't exist so you can go to hell with him. Don't be a fool all your life, bro. Don't be a fool. Don't let people talk you out of believing in the Most High. That's all they want to do. That shows you how evil they are. They rather talk you out of it than try to force themselves to believe in something because they're wicked. Look, Exodus 24:4. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and builded an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So basically, these pillars and all this stuff here and all these UFOs in the Bible is for the 12 tribes of Israel. But we can also take who we want. If I befriended a heathen and I think that heathen got sense because I'm a chosen one and I can feel this person got sense, I try to save him and the Most High allow him to go with me. But you really, I mean, it's going to be hard for cocky people that's making money and get to watch other people get bullied and they can walk down the street happy while other people are getting bullied. Anyone like that, you don't want to be their friend anyway, right? They don't care about you. They care about what they can get away with. They care about as long as I'm not getting bullied. That's not how the Most High people are. So these people are just put over you, man. God put some really base people over you because you didn't follow his laws correctly. Let's move forward. There you go. UFO, beams of light. All right, we all know the classic UFO. I'm not saying this is mine. I'm telling you I got it from the computer. All right, it's a computerized version of a UFO, but this is their version to show you how they look because a lot of people don't understand Bible. They don't understand scriptures. They don't understand people's experience of UFOs. All right, so they take these people experiences and make a computerized version. All right, how thorough I need to talk for you to understand. You know, one thing you don't have to do, you don't have to be thorough. If I'm sitting around getting hot with you and enjoying a nice evil day, I guarantee you I don't have to be thorough. We can sit around and laugh and bullshit and understand each other all day. But when I'm talking about something like this, you just don't understand because you got a wicked spirit upon you, bro. All right, here we go. Now, you see this triangle-shaped UFO? I just did one, the video right before this one. Talked about UFOs. Now, look at this. See? Look at that. That's what was seen. Okay, I just took a screenshot of something and compared it. All these lights. This is a UFO. All right, shaped like a V. Here's a pillar of cloud, see? By day and pillar of fire by night. This is Exodus. They're exiting Egypt, the first captivity of the Israelites. That's what Exodus means, to exit. They're exiting out of here. By day a cloud. This is exactly what I see all the time, clouds. And the Most High dwell in those. That's where he lives. Not lives. That's what he used as a way to travel or to communicate with the Israelites. Look, 2 Samuel 18:18. Now, Absalom in his lifetime had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is in the king's dale. For he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his own name. And it is called unto this day Absalom's place. Pillar. You hear the word pillar again? There's so many different scriptures that talks about pillars. And what happened, man? You get lost. Well, how could God be a pillar if pillar means this now? And if pillar means that? All right, let's just move on. Let me show you something else. You see that? Here's a pillar. God, look at that. Stayed with the people meaning Israelites, leading them with a pillar of cloud by day and with fire, pillar of fire. See? Fire's a pillar of fire by night. Because it happened. It was in the scriptures. That's what happened. You got to understand that. All right? So there you go. You understand that. Now, keep in mind, if you don't see these things happening, then you lost. Just watch the news. You probably see a pillar of fire swirling around lately and tornado clouds. That's what it was. But these things, these clouds and these tornadoes of fire was actually leading them, meaning they just didn't dwindle out or cause destruction. They already caused destruction upon the enemy, and they led the Israelites out where they need to go. So they did exist. They exist today. You see like samples of them, guys, showing you that they existed when you see them. All right, they look like that. Deuteronomy 4:11. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire until the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. You see that? He always used the darkness of clouds and thick darkness. Pillar. That's just what pillars are. Look, I'm going to show you something else. What is the purpose of a pillar? Pillars are slender vertical columns that can support heavy loads or serve display purposes. They can make buildings more attractive or exhibit freestanding monuments used in the architecture of ancient Egypt as early as 2700 BC. Pillars are commonly still employed today in modern architecture. So these are the pillars. The point of this, pillars are strong, powerful monuments. They act as a savior. These pillars are saving the building. It's strong. That's what pillars are. They're using pillars to describe this monument. But pillars go all the way back 2,700. They're also in the Bible. God uses them too. That's my point. God uses pillars too. All right, here you go. Look at this. What are the 7 pillars in the Bible? Wisdom's 7 Pillars is a women's Bible studied by author Nancy Seri. See, look, this is women. They made a women's Bible. God don't ordain that. That's something wicked. He don't want women having a separate Bible because he said no one should add or take out. So that's why I'm saying it's evil. They're trying to teach positive. I get it. I understand it. But is it God's way? No. Listen, series that teaches the 7 pillars that uphold wisdom. House found in Proverbs 9:1. Wisdom's 7 pillars, according to the scripture, are fear of the Lord, which is true. You got to have fear of the Lord. How you fear the Lord? You follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. That shows you fear him. Not, oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. No, you fear him because you don't want to sin. You don't want to sin because you fear the Lord. You know what you do if you do sin. So wouldn't you fear your father if you went out and did something bad that he'll whoop your butt and you know what type of butt you whooping you'll get? So you got to follow law, statutes, and commandments so you understand what type of butt whooping you get per sin you do. There you go. Okay, instructions, knowledge, understanding, instructions. What is the instructions? His laws. What is knowledge? Knowing the law, statutes, and commandments. Understanding how to work with them and do with them and serve those. Discretion. Discretion, you want to have the freedom of will to speak positive about your God and not offending him. The Bible teaches you how to do that. So you won't use his name in vain. Counsel. You will know how to counsel others and things like that. And reproof. You reproof yourself. You're doing a proper thing. Those are the 7 pillars. So pillars can mean several things. Of course, in the Bible, they mean a strong guidance, a power source, leading, guiding, because they guide. They guided the Israelite. They guided them out. Listen to this. What does it mean to be called a pillar? If someone describes you as a pillar of strength, he's saying you're reliable and supportive. So the pillars that was leading the Israelites out of Egypt, they were reliable and supportive because they can rely on them. They was leading them in the right direction. And they were supportive because they helped them out. Much like a pillar of column of a building that helps hold the structure up. The spelling of the word pillar looks like it has 2 pillars, right? As its center, holding the words up. So they're just saying the word pillar actually got 2 pillars supporting it. You get it. I'm sure you understand that. There you go. One more for the road. Look, pillar meaning in the Bible. You see how I give you these like quick tips, these quick shots that you can read up on. You can also get books about pillars, man, if you want to go in depth. It is closely connected to the symbolism of the tree. It also represents stability, and a broken pillar represents death and mortality. In the Hebrew and Christian traditions, pillars of fire and smoke signify the presence of God. See, this is why you always see smoke and cloudy looking smoke, because that's the presence of God. That's what he used to show up when he want to watch you. And God punished Lot by changing his wife into a pillar of salt. See, again, the word pillar. Lot's wife got punished because she turned back. He told her not to turn back when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So she was hit by one of those fireballs, and it kind of messed her up. Listen to this. 2 Samuel 22:12. And he made darkness, pavilions round about him, dark waters, and thick clouds of the skies. See that? That's what he did. That's what God did. Who is him? Who is he? And he made darkness round about him? God did that. He make it around him because you can't see him. He don't want you to see him. All right. Now I'm teaching you that for reasons. You're going to understand how the clouds work. Now let's go back to my photos and understand them a little better. All right. Now you see the pillars of cloud. All right. There we go. Pillars. Now you see things like these. We say, hey, what are these? Some people say that they may be beams of light. We never know. These here can be pretty much lights looking for planes at night. We never know, right? We never know. But I've never seen three like back to back like that. All right, so here's some in the sky here. Look, we know this can't be a light looking for planes because the main source is at the top, and the beam of light going down here. Now you see one going straight up. Usually those lights move about and they don't look this color. They're more white. Now here is no connection down here, so you can see the beam fading in the sky here. And here looks like something high in the cloud. Look at these lights. Look, it could be a UFO. Then you see this little orb here on this one. All right. I'm trying to teach you the best way I can. I've been visited. I understand they exist. I know they exist. Some of the visitations I couldn't take pictures of. It was like pretty much for me to wake up at that time and start teaching the law. So I begged the spirits to give me signs and wonders and ways to teach. So the signs he gave me is in the clouds. I'm glad he did because I didn't know these many clouds, scriptures existed until I started seeing things in the clouds. And I want to know if it was in the Bible. I looked up that in the Bible and it came up. Then I started looking up. I want to see all the scriptures about God in the clouds. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And I got them. There you go. That's the way I do my stuff. And you better not try to call my bluff. Oh, you get snuffed out. No, I'm kidding. Look, here, look. Job 22:14. Thick clouds are a covering to him, that he seeth not, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven. Now, let me explain this to you. Thick clouds are a covering to him. That's God. Okay, that's our God. He's hiding in the thick clouds, that he seeth not. Who is he now? That'll be you. That'll be you. He don't want you to see. You know, walking around doing this thing right now. All right, so these are UFOs here. Now you see the energy. You know, at first I was thinking, could they be satellites? That's too far down. Satellites are actually out in space. You won't see them. You won't see them like that. Sometimes you can see them, but you got some type of satellite because they're closer to the like stars. You know, than they're close to us. They out there, man. This right here is something different. They're glowing. All right, this is a photo, not my photo. I want to get that cleared up. I'm just giving you other people's photos so you can understand that they do exist. All right, and they pretty much compare to some of the ones I have. Here's an actual one looking like mine. Now you can see it. See how sharp those ends are? It looks just like the one I have. All right, so that was real. That's somebody else's too. That's someone else's. See these houses? It's a different country, not mine. All right, so I'm just showing you. See these beams of light? Now look at these. Look at this ancient photo that highlighted this area here, and these people all around looking at it. These Israelites. See that? Look at that. Just showing you a side by side what it could be. You know, we don't all want to always speak as if we know exactly what something is. That means you just know it all, huh? You all knowing, but you don't know this much. But you're all knowing. That's amazing to me. Look, Job 36:29-33. Also, can any understand the spreadings of the clouds or the noise of the tabernacles? Can anyone? God gave me the gift. The noise of the tabernacles. The tabernacles are in the skies. God's new tabernacles. The 7 tabernacles that was in Israel was destroyed. So his new tabernacles And he's raising up only his chosen because the chosen backstabbed him. So the people that want to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and wake up, you can hear the noise it's making, although no one can hear it. Behold, he spreadeth his light upon it, and covereth the bottom of the sea. For by them judges he the people. He giveth meat in abundance. See, he judged the people from the tabernacles in the sky. With clouds he covereth the light. So you won't see the light. See, his light going on up there, so he cover it up. You don't know what's going on. And commandeth it not to shine by the cloud that cometh between it. The noise thereof showeth concerning it. You see that? The cattle also concerning the vapor. You don't understand God's vapor. Vapors are clouds. Look at that. Now you pretty much understand what's going on here. You don't remember so many people have an account being abducted with UFOs? These same UFOs abducted Christ in light. How else did he go up there? The only thing you can say is, well, light came and got him, the Father. That's all you know. What did the Father use to come and get Christ, though? He uses angels. These are your angels. With your eyes, you see this, a ship. That's all you see, because that's what God wants you to see. He controls us. All right, so there you go. You see that? A light. And here's another light from that UFO/chariot. And if people, look at these. Now, these are people, computerized. Look, I'm just showing you what I got off the computer, side by side. This is not mine either. They being zapped inside of this thing. My point is, this is how Christ got lifted up. You see that there? Lifted up. Job 37:21. And now, men, see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleaneth them. See, you don't want men seeing these bright lights. The only reason why we see them now is to teach you, because the end is near. Now, I got this offline too. Why do people see this back in the day and saying Christ was lifted up in that? You don't see him shaking and moving and scared. He's not dismayed. Only the heathens get dismayed, because God knows what this is. Now I'm teaching you what it is. If you want to be lifted up, go to that other place that's being prepared for his chosen. You have to follow his laws. You can't keep being a wild wildebeest down here, an animal. You know what you're doing. You're an animal. You killing kids, molesting them. You hating, you being shiesty towards one another. You suck, man. You just evil and suck. God don't want you dwelling with him. Look at that. Look at these old pictures. Look at these things flying around. God know where they are. He getting information from them. He talked to them. God is the Word, and the Word was in the beginning. So he was in the beginning when God made all these things. So Christ is the Word. Job 38:37. Who can number the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven? Who know him? God is looking for those men. He's looking for us, that we know and understand things, how to put it together to teach you. So you won't be so, you get so confused that you just won't believe. Here's an ancient photo of Christ. He's on the cross. You see this here? You see this? UFOs with light. That's just how they drew back then, man. They weren't as talented as us today. But they see it. They like, these people like, what are these things flying around while Christ is being crucified? Because they're there to get his soul. They're taking his soul. Remember, the body don't supposed to live forever. Your soul is what lives forever. In a much, much better place. And you can feel when you go there. You can feel. Yes, yes. All of us not going to live forever, though, because we've been very evil in this life. All right. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of things. All right, here's the photo. Highly edited. Now, I want to show you that it's extraterrestrials or beings, whatever you want to call it, inside of these ships that hides in the cloud. Now we got it, right? We understand that these are clouds. We understand that God hides in them. Now you might be looking at this like, oh, this don't look. I showed you the first one that looks more like a UFO. Don't be an idiot. I had to clean this out the best way I can to show you what I found inside of it. Don't be an idiot. You see the wing here is still there. All right, look, Psalms 97:2. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. So he's given judgment and or righteousness right there, right there on the spot while he's looking at me. Now I'm gonna zoom in. See, these are my bushes. That's all it is. Let's zoom in to see what type of angels there are. Now here, right here, see, he's sitting right in the middle of it because they drive these things. They ride them right here. Someone's sitting there. Someone's sitting there. You see this here? Don't worry, I got it for you. I screenshot if you're having a hard time. And I already zoomed in and screenshot. Voila. Voila. You see that? Eyes. You see that? I'm about to show you what's coming to get your people. Not the angels that was taught to you. These are the cherubs. These are God's cherubs. See, the ancients already knew what the gods look like. See that? We destroyed ourselves, bro. So God is saving us from ourselves. Listen to this. Psalms 104:3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Didn't I just show you there's wings on this chariot? Look at the face. I'm going to show you again, though. God calls these chariots, man, not UFOs. We call them UFOs today because we don't know what they are. The Bible tells you. Only God's chosen could put this together. Hey, go, talk to some of them nerds on the news, man. They'll tell you a UFO, an unidentified flying object. That's all they know. So how can I trust that you teaching me if you teaching me that something is unidentified? You can't identify it. So let's look, the minority, the so-called uneducated people, about to teach you what they are. Okay, here you go. Someone right in this area. I screenshot it. I'm trying to get it best way I can. They hide in the elements. That's what they do. You see it here now. You see this here? Here, you see the face sticking there? He's inside a UFO. You see it here? You see that? He's breathing out. It's a breathing apparatus. See his eyes? There's an eye. There's a pupil. Pupil. He's looking. There's a nose. See that? There's a nose. All right. Move forward. Voila. There you go. You see that? Your UFOs are being guided by the Maya, M-A-Y-A, Maya Aztec gods. These are your native, your first blacks. See, this is nose, big nose. They've been mixed when sin hit us. Yeah, God, we got attacked. We in trouble, but it's over with now. God's coming back to return to get the remnant, the souls of them that's woke. Proverbs 25:14. Whoso boasteth himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. So let's say, for instance, I'm teaching you the Bible. You just got a nice Benz. You will boast yourself and exhorting yourself higher than me, thinking you better. But you don't understand I'm rich and you're not. Because once that car started getting beat up or stolen from you, or driven to all the mileage is, just flipped on you, you got to get rid of that thing. But what I'm getting is eternal life. Will never die. Once God let you in the door, you're in. You can't sin no more because he know that you already know how to live. And it becomes normal and natural to you. Just like how you was taught sin here in America, and it's stuck on you, and you just sin as a way of life. Yeah, that can be reversed. All right, you see it? Now you see it right here. Those are your guys. So when the conquistadors came over and they was laughing at these people from wearing these things, they don't understand they was laughing at God's chosen. The Most High send them, man. These is angels. See him up close? There's his eyes. There's his nose right here. See the earring in his nose here? Right there. You messed up, man. This is what was sitting inside of the UFO. Period. That's what I'm showing you. You see it? There you go. You see all this here? That's that. Yep. It's on top of his hat. So that was a UFO, my friends. There you go. You see him? Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Isaiah 14:14 is teaching you this is what the heathen said. Esau, if you look in the Bible, let's find out who you got to find out who Esau is. The Bible teaches you that. How they teach you? Well, you have to follow the scriptures and understand the character of Esau because his name been hidden. His name been hidden. So if you find the character of him throughout reading the Bible, getting a clear understanding, you will understand who Esau is today. Yeah. This is how Esau think. This is Obadiah 4:1. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, who uses the symbol of the eagle all on their flags, whoever that is, I don't care, pick them, whatever nation you can find, and thou and though thou set their nest among the stars, you know who God's stars, what God's stars is, right? That's in the clouds. That's past the clouds. I'm sorry. All right. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So if you put your nest among God's stars, see, God got stars and he also got a sun and the moon out there. So that sun and the moon sits there and you put your nest amongst them on that moon. So now your nest sits among the stars. God said, now I'm going to bring you down. And the earth is dying. So the nest will be considered a flag. That's the nest. Because the flag was down here, meaning his home. But you put that amongst the stars. God said, oh, you're exerting yourself too high. I'm going to show you what you're doing. That was a punishment on the Israelites for someone else to be over you and reign like that. All right, so now you see God, right? He's on the cross. And this is what people saw flying around. Images of men inside of chariots. All right. Okay, look at this. Mysterious light. People see this thing here. UFO. Why does every time you see UFO look like a disc? And see, they're cut and fly through another zone as fast as you can ever think and put you in that new place where no one can get close. Not even the evilness, the stench of this planet can even reach where they're going to take you. And why is UFOs associated with light and beams? Because they're searching. They're taking what they need to take to this new element. So when we get there, we'll live again. That's all they're doing. See that? He's being lifted up. That's exactly how Christ was taken out. He's preserved. You see this? The old Aztec temple. And what is that? A UFO. Let's go to Genesis 1:16. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So that lesser light to rule the night, you put your nest upon it. This is what the Bible says. I mean, hey, I'm just reading you the Bible. Don't be mad at me. I'm the messenger. Psalms 8:3. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained. So if God did that and you went on and put your little flag up there like you created it, like you so powerful to create the moon and the stars, you claimed it with a flag, bro. A petty stick with some material attached to it. You want to disrespect God's whole creation. That's what you call Obadiah 4:1. You absorbed yourself higher. Watch this. Jeremiah 4:13. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. We are spoiled because we don't know how to do anything, and God's back And we look around like, woe to us for sinning and spoiled, and God is coming back. So he's going to judge us too. This is why I said follow law, statutes, commandments. Now you see this old, ancient Aztec Maya God. What does that look like? You tell me what you see in that. God stayed the same, man. He don't change nothing. You see that? That was inside of the UFO. Now you see why you see all this here. Yeah, they use material and they use earthly elements. You see that? Yeah. They already created this. Already created going to another world. But see, what they had found out through the Most High is how to actually travel from fucking galaxy to galaxy. We haven't found it out yet. See? And you can't find that out. This place is about to be destroyed. We don't want you finding that out. You're going too far. These are ancient UFO suits. So the gods exist. That is a helmet. See? And look, this is where they got it from. The ancients. So they pretty much took our blueprint when they put us in captivity and created their own. But they're not supposed to do that. It's not for them. It's for the melanated people. But we was put on punishment from sin. There you go. Voila. Now you see the difference. Daniel 7:13. I saw the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Now listen, stop looking down to your people and not want to learn from me because you think that you're smarter. That is the way of the colonizers, making you think you're not as smart so they won't have to listen to you. What it is they just want to colonize you. And you're a part of it. Deep down inside, you know why you're part of it? Because you want money. And that's what they have. There you go. Let's look at that. Astronaut gods of the Maya. See that? Get that book and read it. And look at that face, though. He's still here. The only reason why I'm showing you this is because what I got outside. His face, they still exist. Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath. What day? He's talking about the end times. A day of trouble and distress. Because we're going to be in trouble and distress. A day of wastedness and desolation. Because a lot of things will go to waste. People, bodies, you're going to die. Desolation is going to be empty. Nothing there. A day of darkness and gloominess. Day of clouds and thick darkness. See, the clouds getting thicker and thicker as the Most High is preparing to destroy this place. The earth is going to be left alone, just like all the other planets that once was in this, trapped in this little between the sun and the moon too. That's why they're perfectly chiseled round. But every time we fucking repeat this thing, you got to destroy the new thing that we created out of evilness, not being fair to one another, and only save the chosen, the woke people. Again, here's the face here, and there you go. You see that there now. See? How can I fake that? There's no way. It was inside of the UFO. I'm showing you. You see it. There you go. Now, I got mine in the cloud. That's my point. Mine was in the cloud. And now we understand how the Most High was beamed up in light. Doesn't it make more sense now? Instead of wondering where the light came from, thinking it was a lightning. Ooh, it must have been the lightning struck the tomb. That's what we say, man, because we just don't know. Matthew 24:30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and glory. The tribes. Yeah. Not the evil militaries. Not the craziness of structure taking you out of your tribal elements, making you a upright, bow tie wearing damn pansy. You straight up pansy, man. You know? It's not how the Most High work. He's taking the tribes back to another place. And he's going to do away with this planet. If you want to live forever, you better stay humble. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Get ready for this new place so you can see other people. Forever, though. You just don't want to live forever now because who want to live forever in this shit? That's the whole point. All right. You want to see something different where your eyes can go, wow. And your mouth can open up, look. And you can see everything. You can fly around because you're in spirit. You can touch people that's holy. You can see them, feel, love. It's just another place where he's taking you. And you're going to become solid again. Once you land foot there, you're going to feel soil. All right? That's a lot you got to learn, though. Learn them, take my advice, and shape up before you get shipped out into a pit of fire. All right. Now, I gave you the best I can give you. Now, let me take you to the politic way of explaining UFOs. All right, I want you to see this. Now, watch. I got a couple of videos I want you to see. I mean, I try to find the shortest, but you just got to stay patient. You know, watch your stupid live shows and all that crap you like watching a little later. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just jealous because you don't want to watch nothing about God. Now, just focus now. It's only, look, 4 minutes. 4 minutes on one. I think it's about 5 or 6 minutes on the other. Here we go.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1953. Albert K. Bender, the nation's top UFO investigator, receives a threatening visit that will bring his research to an abrupt and premature halt.
Albert K. Bender founded the International Flying Saucer Bureau. This was during the big UFO flap of 1952 when flying saucers were witnessed over Washington, D.C. and many other areas around the world. And this organization blew up big within that first year. However, just a year later, he suddenly ended the International Flying Saucer Bureau, and people wondered why. And what happened was that he came home one night, went into his bedroom, and suddenly these three dark, shadowy figures materialized through his wall into his bedroom. They were wearing the hats and the overcoats. They had glowing eyes, and they smelled like sulfur.
According to Bender, the three entities communicated with him through telepathy, warning him to discontinue his UFO research and stop publishing his influential magazine, The Space Review. Afterwards, he became ill and didn't eat for 3 days.
After this experience, Bender was repeatedly visited. He said they gave him headaches, they controlled him telepathically, and he ultimately gave up his UFO researches and stopped publishing the Space Review, in which he documented UFO sightings throughout the world.
He told the people that had been subscribers and he was working with, they told me, we come from a very, very far distant place in this universe. And we have been coming and going from your planet for some time, and we cannot allow you or anyone to interfere. And in fact, we have taken many humans from this planet to cover up our operations until we are done.
This is a very influential point in our history, especially in the ufology community, in which shadow entities interfered and thwarted somebody's research and possibly set the field back a number of years.
The visitors Albert Bender encountered matched descriptions of what is today known as the Hat Man, but he called them by another name, the Men in Black. While the Men in Black are often portrayed in pop culture as government agents, many who claim to have encountered them believe they are something other than human.
The men in black are mysterious and nefarious entities. They're shadowy, they wear black clothing. Many people believe that they're either extraterrestrials or somehow they're working for extraterrestrials to prevent humans from learning the truth about extraterrestrials on Earth.
They talk to UFO witnesses. Some people have reported they seem to not know things that are common, like, which end of a pin to use, or if they're offered something to eat or drink, they don't know how to eat or drink it.
Both the Hat Man and the Men in Black are known for wearing a hat. They both influence people telepathically. They both appear to be sometimes malevolent, and they could in fact be the same type of a being. There's a theory that the Hat Man and the Men in Black are actually the ringleaders of the shadow people, and that in fact they direct the shadow people to influence humans in particular to keep them from investigating UFO experiences.
There's no question that the stories of shadow people, Men in Black, and other visitations are all mixed in together. Are they the same? Possibly. But what I think what is really happening on this planet is mass hysteria of real events that are happening to real people, and they can't understand what's going on. Who knows what's happening?
Mr. Corbell there, you were name dropped. There he is. Let's bring in UFO documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. This is your specialty. You've been working on this for years now. Thank you for being with us today on such a big day. This is for you, and can we say the UFO community?
Absolutely, the UFO community, yeah.
Okay, so what is the biggest revelation you think from today's hearings?
First of all, UFOs are not a matter of belief. That's a data-poor perspective, and this is a data-rich environment. So if you look at it this way, every day human knowledge expands, and that's what we're seeing today. Today was this landmark moment. It was a moment a lot of people were asking for, and representative government came forward and offered this. It's the first time in 50 years that we've had open congressional hearings on the subject of UFOs. And not only that, today there was a pressure that was put on our intelligence agencies and our Department of Defense to fess up about what they know. And what they know is that UFOs are real, that they're physical objects, that they are advanced craft, that they outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform any of our war technology. So they showed new footage today, actually. They showed new footage. So that is a symbol or a sign of UFO transparency. We're living in a different world. We're now living in a world, your children are going to grow up, and the UFO mystery, the scientific community is going to look at this. Today showed that the American people want the truth and that our representative government is fighting for us. They're going to bat.
So there was both open testimony, then there was behind-the-scenes classified testimony. Let's put up on the screen this. Today's testimony revealed some 400 unexplained incidents, 11 of them serious enough to be categorized as near misses, where military aircraft just barely bruised past UFOs without colliding. The Pentagon has not ruled out the possibility that these incidents could be connected to extraterrestrial life. That's quite something.
Right, and so you mentioned, and it's really interesting, the closed testimony. So because this is a national security issue, because we have machines of unknown origin with extreme capability, we've ruled out that it's our black technology, our dark secret technology, and additionally, it's ruled out to a high degree that this is any other technological nation that we know of. So that is a national security issue. If we don't know who's operating these craft, who made them, where are they from, and then also what the intent is. So the closed door briefing, that's where the things that would be a problem for national security to speak about had to be done. However, I am highly hopeful that this is the beginning, this is the start. There will be, mark my words, there will be more open congressional briefings, and they will bring in people who directly engaged these UFOs for the United States military, possibly even fired upon them.
Well, we're putting up there on the screen right now, the screen, stigma has gotten in the way of good intelligence because not everyone believes. So you started off this interview saying that this isn't a matter of belief, but you certainly know that there are still the non-believers. There are skeptics out there. So how do you change that? And one of the things is, why haven't more pilots come forward?
So that's the thing. They have, like, I could be skeptical of bacteria until I get a microscope. And here's the deal. Our technology is becoming so sophisticated. It's not just somebody saying, like a pilot saying they saw it. It's tracked on ground radar, air radar, collective AI, artificial intelligence radar that connects all the pilots together. It's on thermal imagery. It's on infrared. It's on normal photos. So you've got all this corroborative video evidence. And this is some of what I released with my mentor in journalism, George Knapp. We did that just about a year ago. And that's kind of what they were talking about in these hearings. And to your point, it was stated by Representative Carson when he put this together. He's my new hero. He said, we want to reduce stigma. That's what this hearing is about. Now, why did he say that? It's because I should be obsolete. People like me, where military individuals come to me and have to leak me footage because they can't push it up through the chain of command and get it to where it needs to go. And additionally, the people where it needs to go, they also want it. So if I do my job right, I'll be out of a job, because that line directly of information, that should be healed. You know, that should be put back together so we can work as a single unit. Now, the other aspect of the hearing was what you said. Secrecy, it can serve as an obstacle for solving this UFO mystery.
Okay, well, you've certainly done your job well, because you have a lot of people who follow you. So tell our viewers why they should follow you on Twitter and Instagram.
Well, actually, that's where I have dropped all of the new UFO footage. When I obtain it, I vet it, I make sure it's not a problem with national security. I drop it on my Instagram and my Twitter. So I would follow it, because that is the way you're going to see it first. And it's everything's at Jeremy Corbell.
And the website is extraordinarybeliefs.com. Jeremy, congratulations on a big day. And you've got quite the impressive safe behind you, by the way.
You know, all good secrets, they're kept under lock and key. But I do want to say, it was everybody. It was UFO Twitter. It was George Knapp. It was Lou Elizondo. All these people, UFO Twitter, the masses came together and said, we want to know the truth. And that's what we've begun today.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on our air and helping us make sense of all of this today.
Peace.